What's up everyone, Crypto Underground is back with an update video on HyperSUI and of course Bitcoin Hyper and our beloved Bitcoin that is still falling, guys. We are still falling. Bitcoin unfortunately is now trading below $95,000. We are dropping below this important support here. We're gonna have a look into that and why actually I am bullish, guys, and that's why I'm currently focusing into new cryptos like HyperSUI that could of course also be very bullish for SUI itself. So we're gonna have a look into that. Make sure to be subscribed on this channel, guys. Here we're not only going to cover Bitcoin, the king, and of course the major altcoins, we also are always covering new cryptos that are of course worth to give it a try and have a look into it, because some of them of course could explode right at launch, and that's why of course we always are keeping an eye on that, guys, in order to not miss out on future new cryptos that are getting hyped like HyperSUI right now. We're gonna have a look into that, guys, and of course all links to those exchanges that I'm using like Maxi Global, Casey Exchange, Bybit and so on, you're gonna find here. All my sign up links to get the maximum sign up bonus, and of course also the complete list of new hyped upcoming cryptos here in the crypto space that you can find in many crypto websites that I'm also buying personally. You can find all the links here in the video description. And we're gonna start today with the Bitcoin and then have a look into HyperSUI. Then we're gonna have a look into Bitcoin Hyper. So all of them you're gonna find here in the video description, those projects. And of course remember, guys, that whenever you see me trading here, whatever I'm buying and selling, everything is no financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just showing you my own opinions and market analysis here in the crypto space. So always keep that in mind. Always do your own research, of course. And now, guys, for Bitcoin, unfortunately we're still falling, but if we have a look into the indicators, you can see that we are coming into very oversold condition, so that is already good. And also one more thing, we are having right now a death cross. You can see that the 50 daily moving average is going below the 200 daily moving average, and this death cross, even though in the traditional markets is usually a bearish sign, this is actually quite bullish here in the crypto market, because Bitcoin, whenever it crossed here the 50 daily moving average below the 200 daily moving average and we had a death cross, you can see what happened afterwards. The bottom was in or close, and also with indicators all being in extreme oversold condition. And once we got the next buy signal, even with negative money flow, so you can see during this time we even had negative money flow, you can see that afterwards we had a massive rally into new all-time highs, and this of course can repeat again. The only difference is that this time we have for the first time the weekly close below the 50 weekly moving average, currently at around $103,000. So this is of course bearish. This is the only bearish thing that I'm seeing right now, that we have this weekly close below the 50 weekly moving average, and therefore of course we have to really be careful and see what happens once, or if the rally starts right now, where we're gonna go and top out next. Because if here we would get a lot of resistance at around 112 to 115k and we're not able to push above, but then instead going down, then this in my opinion would be a confirmation of a bear market. But if Bitcoin is able to go above this resistance here, then I'm pretty bullish that the bull run continues straight away, and that will be also bullish for all the altcoins that right now of course are perfectly correlated to Bitcoin, however the chart is looking like. That's why very important where Bitcoin is heading to. And that's why currently I'm focusing into Bitcoin trading, and of course also buying new cryptos for future altcoin seasons, for future bull runs that at least have the big upside potential here. Because we have seen that many altcoins during this altcoin season, they didn't perform well, or even worse than Bitcoin, or even really barely created new all-time highs in comparison to previous cycles. And therefore of course it is good to buy into new upcoming cryptos, into new trends. And HyperSUI, guys, for me is one of the best ones out there currently when it comes to SUI related projects, because thanks to HyperSUI, this can of course also fire up SUI itself, even up to $11 based on this article here. So even though I sold all my SUI coins, currently I'm buying into SUI projects like HyperSUI, because here I find just more upside potential than in SUI itself. Of course also SUI in my opinion has great upside potential. It has already a decent market cap. Of course it's here to stay, it's a completely new chain, but layer 2s on top of SUI like HyperSUI in my opinion will be much more interesting, because if you look in the past, what happened also with Hyperliquid or also with Esther on Binance and so on, all those DEXs, they were very successful. And now on SUI we have the first ever DEX as well coming out, this one over here. And right now we can buy into the tokens before it is coming out. If you want to join it, the link is right here to HyperSUI. I'm gonna put it right at the top, guys. It's here in the list of completely new upcoming cryptos, but I'm gonna keep the link also right here at the top so you cannot miss it out, because right now we can buy in during the pre-market phase. And you can see that the coin currently is sold here at this price, which is around 1/2 cent, and the listing price will be at 9 cents once all stages are over. Currently they raised over 2.6 millions. So also here it's written that it raised very fast, 2 millions already. They partner up already with many crypto companies, and for sure the launch will be huge here. That's why I'm buying into HyperSUI, even just because of the current price and the listing price. For me it's worth to give it a try. Here also you can connect to the wallet. You just click here, connect wallet. You select the one that is supported, like MetaMask, OKX, Trust Wallet, or Coinbase Wallet, and then you can buy in with your cryptos that you have here in your DeFi wallet. If you don't have any, you can of course buy in some exchanges like KC Exchange, Bybit, and so on. We have different exchanges that you find in the video description where you can buy in some cryptos, and then of course you can buy here into the pre-sale, because you have to top up your DeFi wallet, for example with Ethereum or stable coins, or you can use here also your credit card if you want, and then you can buy into the tokens. And there is also a bonus system, so if you're spending a certain amount you can even get up to 12%. I spent already here some money, so I have this 9% bonus already, but if I would spend more, at least $1,500, then I would get this 12% bonus, but therefore I have to buy more. And then you just click here buy HyperSUI, and you're gonna see the coins then here in your balance, and those are claimable at launch. I keep you updated of course once we can do that. The same thing is also with Bitcoin Hyper, this new layer 2 that is upcoming, this new layer 2 on top of Bitcoin. This one is built with Solana but put it on top of Bitcoin. Here also memecoins, dApps, payment systems, and so on will be available on top of Bitcoin, and this is something completely new for the Bitcoin chain. So Bitcoin will remain completely the same, but there will be a new layer 2 upcoming, similar to the other ones that already existed, like the Lightning Network or Optimism and some others, but they never got that big hype and that big success. And maybe with Bitcoin Hyper this can change. We will see what happens. This is the first one that is built up on top of Bitcoin, but with Solana. This is a Solana virtual machine. Also here you can see that we are entering into the next stage in a few hours. Also in this article it's written that this eventually could be the best Bitcoin alternative, instead of buying into other altcoins, to buying basically into new projects like this one. If it's going to outperform many of the altcoins or Bitcoin itself and so on, we will see. I don't know that. We will see, time will tell. But at least we can buy in right now in the early access phase before the launch. This one raised over 27 millions, guys. And you can see that in the last 24 hours, over 330 people already joined here. Those are new buyers, not all the ones that are buying more. Those are the new buyers out there. And here exactly the same story. You just connect here a wallet that is supported. Of course, also credit card is possible, but I like to use my cryptos. So I'm connecting here to the website, and then you can see that I can buy in here with my cryptos that I have on my DeFi wallet. Easy and simple, guys. Here the staking rewards are 41% if you're buying for the long term, so you can buy the coins without staking or with staking until the launch. So choose that. If you want to buy for the long term, of course buy with staking, otherwise buy without staking, and then just wait for the launch. I keep you updated whatever happens, guys. But for me, Bitcoin Hyper, HyperSUI, new cryptos are very interesting to buy in right now, and of course to trade Bitcoin, because even if we enter right now into a bear market, I think that a big bounce is incoming at some point, and then we're gonna see of course what will happen. But until then, stay calm, guys. Nothing goes down in a straight line, nothing goes up in a straight line. That's why we will have time to cash out, we will have time to buy the dip, and of course also to buy into new cryptos, because the old ones often they don't even go back to their new all-time highs and don't create new all-time highs, and that's why I like to buy into new ones. HyperSUI, Bitcoin Hyper, and we have also some others, Pepe Note, MaxiDoge, and so on. Many new upcoming cryptos, guys. I bought into all of them. If you want to check them out, the complete list of new upcoming cryptos you're gonna find here in the video description. I salute you for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, be subscribed, and we're gonna see us all in the next one. Crypto Underground, over for now.